The regional battle. In the regional battle you are in direct visual contact with your opponent's server. There are a number of ways to earn points in this event and I will try to list them for you. Note: you will get a shield at the beginning of the event which will last for 24 hours, unless you attack other players. It is recommended to keep this shield. If you lose your shield due to an attack from your side you will have a cooldown of 20 minutes. During this time you cannot use a new shield, and if you keep attacking players during this time this cooldown will renew itself every time, so you will always get back to 20 minutes. How do I get to the other server? How do I get back, and how do I recognize my enemies? First of all, you should make sure that you have at least one, better 5 teleporters. To get to the other server you will need one, as well as if you want to go back to your own server. You can get teleporters with a little luck from the remains of the animals you kill, daily 20 chances, from the clan store, 4 diamonds, in the VIP store, in the merit store, sometimes for smaller tasks and of course for money. To change the server, go to the event center and then to the regional event. There you will find a button in the bottom left corner that will take you to the other server. There you can look for a place where you like it. An alternative is to look for a player from your clan who is already on the other server. The option check position will take you to his location and you can then look around to find a suitable place for you, then you simply change the location. You can get back in the same way, or if you are attacked and your nest is set to 0, or if you wait until the event is over, also then you will be ported back to your server automatically. You can recognize your opponents by the fact that they have a name in red letters. You will notice that there are white and red names. White are people from your server, you should leave them alone. Another little tip at the beginning. Your wild animals play an important role in this event. Just like in the Marmot Day you get points for them. If you are unsure, I recommend you to watch the video about the Marmot Day so that you can get the maximum points out of this section. Well, let's start. 1. You get the most points by gathering. It's really important that you only gather on the enemy server, there you will get points, just like on Tuesdays at the gathering event. A good king will give a gathering buff so that you have advantages, and by using an additional gathering buff, for example the one from the clan store, you can really get a lot of points that way. You can keep the gathered resources. You will earn the most points by gathering meat and leaves. Do not stand near the tree, do not stand in groups anywhere, you will be found very quickly and it is only a matter of time before your tiles are found. Do not gather near your nest, spread your troops out so they are not found all together. Make sure you fill your troops only with T1 and T2 carriers, they gather faster and carry more. If they are attacked, the healing costs almost nothing and the enemy gets hardly any points for the attack. Before you bring your troops back, use the berry to multiply your points. A more personal advice: don't let your troops gather for too long, you get points for the number of resources you gather. If you are attacked and defeated, your troops come back home, they bring the resources with them of course, and you also get the points for them. However, you give away a lot of points because you could not use the berry before, so it makes more sense to stop the whole controlled. I personally rarely let them gather more than 6 hours. And don't forget, it is only gathered on the opponent's server, otherwise you give away a lot of points. Two. Attacking other players. As I explained at the beginning, all players get a shield for 24 hours at the start of this event. This disappears of course when attacking other players. You get different points for different actions from this area. Look at them carefully, you can find the enumeration where you open your shells, just scroll down. Direct PvP is not recommended for smaller, weaker players, and in general it is advisable to clean only the tiles on your own server. This is an important job because you prevent the opponent from gathering resources and thus points on our server. Note the point about the cooldown, you will also need more than 5 teleporters because you will be hunted. Make sure to use up all resources that could be stolen from you, make sure to empty the entrances of your nests to save unnecessary healing costs for your troops. If you have enough, you have to stay still for 20 minutes, no attacks, so you can use a shield. All in all, you will get less points here than if you just go to gather, and it is recommended to leave such actions only to big and strong players or to do it more towards the end of the event to maybe have some fun. Attention! Clean only the tiles on your own server, not the ones on the other server, and pay attention to the colors of the names of your opponents. Remember, the names of the opponents are in red letters, the names of the people from your own server are in white. Again, never forget the berry. Three. The cucumber. Similar to the appointment of the king, you can take something here. A cucumber, but unlike the king event, you keep your shield. Depending on the strength of the opponent's server, this is the option that yields the least points, because after capturing the cucumber you get a kind of buff that makes the defense of the troops in the cucumber very high. In general, send a scout first, wait for the report and look at the strength. For rather inexperienced players, the report won't tell much because it mostly seems that the opponents are weaker than you. You won't get any information about the evolution of the opponent there, so always expect a rather high evolution level, but there you will find numbers that at first look like there are only small troops. For example 383,12. This does not mean that the troop strength of the opponent is only 383k but 3,8 mio. Don't underestimate this. If there are several opponents, they will be fought one after the other. So if the first value is very high, you should skip this cucumber. If the first value is very low, then you will throw this opponent out of the cucumber. Depending on how strong the rest there is, you might defeat others until your troop strength is used up. Either you will have defeated all opponents or you will return. Here the points apply that you also get for defeating enemy troops. Explained in point 2. Also here a berry is useful before. If you have occupied a cucumber, you will receive a def buff from it. In addition, you will receive points again and again in a short interval. These are the points that are credited for the event. If you leave the cucumber, you will receive a PM in which additional points are sent to you, so-called merit points, which you can exchange for many different things in the merit store. Should you be attacked, or a scout is sent, your screen will light up red. Look to see if it is a scout or an attack. You can quickly tell by the line that moves towards you. The scout is moving very fast, the dashed line has no large distances, attackers are moving very slowly. On the right side below you will see a red circle, click on it to get more information about the enemy. Pay attention to his nest level and his nest power. If you have strong enemies, you don't have to look. Wait until just before the enemy is at the cucumber and get your troops back. Don't take any risks because he gets points for defeating enemy troops as well as you, and it costs you a fortune to heal your troops. Small tip from me. I like to do this, but always at the end of the event. I gather all day long and set my personal goal to reach 1,2g points. Afterwards I go to my server and play around with the cucumbers. Of the 3 possibilities I listed here, the cucumber gives the least points and serves, in my opinion, only the amusement after a very boring gathering day.